Hi friends, welcome to today's video, and today's topic is all about non-verbal commands. So what do I mean by non-verbal commands? We have different exercises where we can use that as a little bit help from the handler to make the dog understand what we want from him. Specifically, I'm talking about heeling position and the sit command. What do I mean by that is we have our dog right next to us in the heeling position, and when we start, we tell the dog the command, foos, heel, whatever, and then we start walking. And the dog has to walk with us. So in my case, it's very important that I always start, when I do the heeling command, I always start with the left foot. So when I start walking and I want the dog to heel with the command, I give him the command and I start walking with the left leg. In comparison to that, when I tell my dog to sit down, for example in IGP BH trials, I tell the dog to sit down and then I start walking with the right foot because I want the dog to sit down and not come with me in the heeling position. So what does that mean? I'm helping my dog with non-verbal commands by doing always the same thing. When I do heeling, I start with the left foot. When I want the dog to stay in position or sit down or lay down and stay there and not coming with me, I always start with the right foot. So that means if you train that in a correct way, the dog will later know, okay, without a command, when my handler is walking with the left foot, that's the command to go in the heeling position with my handler. And when my handler starts with the right foot, that always means stay in the position I was told to stay in. So this is something very useful we can use in training and also in trials. And how that will look in practical examples, I will show you now. So here I have my dog, and how the heeling and the sit-down exercise will look, I will show you now. So he wants to work, you see, he's really hyped up to work. So I'm gonna just start. Fuß. And if you noticed my leg, show you one more time, maybe a little bit more obvious. Fuß. It's from the starting position. I tell the dog to heel. Fuß. And you see, on the sign of the left foot, the dog starts to walk. Iva, Fuß. One more time, a little bit more obvious. Ruhe. Fuß. So I always start, when I go in the heeling position, I always start with the left foot. Fuß. In comparison to that, when I tell the dog to sit down, I tell the dog the command, sits. I start with the right foot. So that's the sign for the dog that he has to stay in that position. Show you one more time, a little bit more obvious. Fuß. Sits. And the dog stays in position when I start walking with the right foot. And then later, you don't even need your commands for the dog to understand that starting with the left foot means heeling and starting with the right foot means just stay in position. Same we can do in the down command. Fuß. Platz. I make it a little bit more obvious that you can see it. And that's when you do that very consequent. The dog will anticipate later and know left foot means heeling, right foot means staying in the position. Fuß. Now without a command. And you see the dog knows, okay, left foot means heeling, even without a command, because that's a little bit the help I give to the dog. Now the same thing with a sit command. Fuß. I don't say anything. Start with the right foot and the dog stays in the position. So what is very important about these non-verbal commands, you have to be very, very consistent. If you start heeling, always start with the left foot. And if the dog has to stay in position, sit down, whatever, always stay. Also, always start walking with the right foot. In the beginning, you can make it very obvious, and then slowly you can fade that away. It really doesn't matter at all if you start with the left foot or you start with the right foot. in the trial, it doesn't matter. It's only a matter of fact how you feel more comfortable and how the dog also feels more comfortable, because some dogs are a little bit faster, so then you might start with the left foot, and some dogs that are a little bit slower, you might start with the right foot, because then the dogs have more time to adjust and to realize, okay, now we go into healing. So a good example of that is my good friend Roland from Training aus Hundesicht, and I will link you the video in the info box so you can check him out, because he does it exactly the opposite way. He starts with the right foot. All right, if you have any questions about training, about how I build up my dogs, write it down in the comments. And I have some other very interesting dog training videos, which I will link you in these playlists. And I hope that was good information for you, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye.